We're starting. You guys look good.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Okay, what are your formative memories about LGBTQ people, and do you remember the first time you became aware of queer people and homophobia?
So for me, I actually figured out, so I call him Uncle Dickie. He's my uncle. He's kind of like my second uncle. He's my dad's good friend, and
I have an uncle like that too.
and I figured out, and I never knew that he was gay. But then one day, I was like, "Oh, who's he married to?" And he was like, "Oh, he's not married, but he has a boyfriend." And I was like, "What do you mean he has a boyfriend?" And from that point on, that was kind of like my first time I realized. I think I was probably 11 or 12 at that point when I realized that I had, or my dad's best friend was gay. And so that kind of opened my eyes to the whole situation.
Yeah, my dad had a really good friend in high school that was friends with my entire, my aunts and uncles and stuff. So he's basically like an uncle to me, Brian, and he is gay, and I've known since I was little. So he always seemed a little bit more confident than the rest of the guys, and yeah, he's just really funny, and but I always kind of knew at a young age, kind of the difference.
Do you remember the first time you heard a gay slur?
For me, probably I was pretty young. All my friends kind of use things like fag, gay, queer, stuff like that. But just in the locker room, on field, drinks, all that stuff's probably middle school, right around there.
Yeah, I remember when my brother said that's so gay, and I was little, and I hated it, and it got me really nervous, and I got really mad at him, and I told on him to my mom, and I don't even know why, actually. I didn't really know what the word meant, but I knew that for some reason I felt like it was wrong for him to say that. So.
Was there ever a time in your life at which you weren't an ally, and when did that change?
I've never really been in an ally role. Recently, someone who I'm pretty close to came out, and so that kind of opened my eyes to that, and I've definitely been more, I've made a conscious effort to watch, I'm not going to lie, I have used slurs, what's the word?
That's gay.
Yeah, that's gay, on the field and stuff like that, or with my friends in the locker room. But ever since this person came out, I've been much more kind of aware of how I use that, and I can hear it definitely more when someone says it. I used to kind of just, it was just a word before that it would just pass over my head. But now that I've been kind of open to this experience and everything, I hear it, and I'll be like sometimes I'll definitely speak up and say hey, that's not cool. And then, but other times, I kind of just let it go because I don't really know how to handle the situation.
I wouldn't say I've never not been an ally, but I think as I've gotten older, I've become more aware of how language is pretty powerful and how upset some people can be from that. And I just think that from coming from my family and having someone like an uncle be around and stuff, it's a lot. You're a lot more conscious of it. So I think I've been a lot more blessed to have been given that perspective, because I can see why some kids who aren't around it don't understand. So, yeah, that's my experience.
Awesome. And then last question, why do you guys think it's important to talk about this at high school?
I think I'm gonna answer it. So, for me, if you kind of for off
Yeah.
market, right? What is the statistic is what 1 in every.
Yeah, it's 1 in 5 or something.
It's 1 in 5. So. Kind of something that we always my mom's always been an advocate because a lot of her friends are gay. She goes out with her hairdresser Matt all the time, who is gay, and I think she has a better time with them than when she goes out with her girlfriends and all that. And so she's always statistically speaking, 1 in every 5 guys that you're with is gonna turn out gay. So it's probably gonna be some of your friends, and I'm like, all right, and I have no problem with that. So I think it's something that you start to self-identify in high school. I think that's a big transition period. Going from your freshman year to your senior year, I've definitely changed drastically since my freshman year, both of them. So, I mean, through the 5 years of my high school career, I've seen myself change, and I know that this is kind of a time where you start to self-identify and realize what you're about and what you want to do with the rest of your life. So it's an important time, and it's not a time that you should spend scared or feel like you're alone, but it's a time that you should kind of reach out and reach out to your peers and kind of rely on them.
Yeah, I agree, like, completely. I think that, obviously, college, you kind of find yourself a lot more, but I think this is the time in high school where you kind of, you understand how to act around people in that way. I think that's how you mature in high school, is, like, you're more appropriate and you're not, acting like a kid. And you don't have to like everybody, you don't have to, like, agree with what everybody says, but I think there's that certain level of respect that kind of you should give everybody. Like, they say that you have to earn respect. I don't believe that. I think that, like, there should always be a level of, respect and a level of, you might want to cut this out.
That's perfect.
Respect or, like...
Cordial. I want to say something about being cordial.
Oh, you're so much.
You're good.
You're so
I think we have enough. We're good. Thank you so much.
No problem.